Who are you? Okay.
Hi, Evan. I just want to ask you a few questions about your book.
Sure.
The first one is, where did you get the inspiration for this book?
Ooh, tough question. I suppose I've always watched these women. I've watched them in different fields and how they performed, the things that they did. I've admired them for a long time. So when I started, my background is a radio journalist.
Yeah.
So when I started, I actually wanted to record each of these women and record their stories. And then really the inspiration for the book, I had no intention of writing a book at all. But what happened was that a lady I'm working with every week would come into the office and say, "Who did you interview?" "Oh, she sounds fascinating." And by the time she was finished, every week she said, "There's a book in that, there's a book in that." And eventually I thought, well, maybe there's a book in that. So I approached Liffey Press and they said, yes, they'd publish the book. So that was really the inspiration for the book, the lady in the office.
Okay. And what is the message that you want to communicate with your book? And what kind of a genre is it?
Well, it tells the story of 13 women that I think are very dynamic, very influential, very capable women. The story of the book really is that women have had such different life experiences but have achieved so much. So each of the women in the book comes from a different background. So some are from the arts, some are from politics, some are from business. They're all different age groups. So they range from middle 30s to middle 70s. Some didn't have much to overcome. You know, they had a nice life, they went to university, they went into work, things ran smoothly for them. Others had very, very difficult lives, but have achieved great things out of them. So I suppose really what I want people to take away from the book is just how inspirational these women are. They're just amazing women.
And why did you choose, except the fact that they all lived or were born in Dublin and they all achieved something, they became women of success. What do they have in common?
Well, that's what I started looking for. When I did the radio series, I thought they must all have something in common. So even if they're different ages, they must all be the eldest daughter. Or they must all be from poor backgrounds or wealthy backgrounds or university educated. And I couldn't find anything like that they had in common at all. The only thing I found that they had in common is that they all see opportunities, not difficulties. So no matter what happens, they say, "Oh, I can get over that, that's easy." And they're all very determined. They're scary women in a lot of ways because they just decide they're going for something and they go.
And which one is the character that most appealed to you, or the one that you feel closer?
I honestly don't know because they were all so different. I don't think I could pick one, but I know there was no one whose story didn't appeal to me. It's probably the fairest way to answer that they were all fascinating in their own way.
Oh, okay. Last question, what kind of experience has it been for you and what has it taught you?
Oh, it's taught me that women can rule the world, basically. That's definitely the lesson that came out of it. What kind of experience was it? It was wonderful. I couldn't believe. I chose 13 women. I had only met, I think, 2 of them before. And I couldn't believe that all 13 just said yes. That they all said, "Sure, of course I'll do it. How can I help?" And they were all really, genuinely nice women. I suppose the surprise was that I expected somewhere out of the 13 there would be one bitch. There would be somebody that just said, "It's an interesting story, but God, she's a horrible woman." And they were all just lovely. You'd sit down and have a cup of tea with any of them. That was the big surprise.
But were they those 13 women that you chose, or did you have to call someone was unable to?
No, I actually got the 13 women that I chose. I sat down and wrote a list of 13 women because it's 13 weeks of a radio series, and wrote a list of 13 women and all 13 said yes. So, just born lucky, I guess.
Okay, thanks much.
Thank you, Tommaso.